Hello, I am here to do my first ever book talk, and that is of Divergent by Veronica Roth. So yes, this is a book talk, and if you haven't read Divergent, which is quite rare because I think I was very late on the bandwagon, then you should probably leave now because spoilers. So Triss's test showed that she was part abnegation, part dauntless, and part erudite, and I think Veronica Roth was really quite clever when she was writing this because obviously she was being very dauntless throughout the book, but you could see like hints of erudite and obviously hints of abnegation coming through. I don't know if many people noticed it, but she was like really intelligent, you know, figuring out that it was all a trick, and you know just figuring things out. She was so much quicker than everyone else at figuring things out, so I think it was sort of like a subtle way of showing her eruditiness. But yeah, and can we just talk for a moment about the Ferris wheel scene? Oh my god, I love the Ferris wheel scene. I think there's like that one scene in all of your favourite books that you just love. I mean, in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, it's one of my all-time favourite books. I love the burrow scene, and there's always just one scene, like, and in City of Bones, it's when Jace takes Clary's hair down, and he's like, oh, that's better. You know, there's, and I think everyone loves the Ferris wheel scene, and she's like climbing up there, and that was another really clever thing she did, you know, thinking, oh no, I'll just find higher ground and like figure out where they're hiding the flag. And I really liked how everyone's just like, oh no, Paul's not scared of anything, Paul has very few fears, that's why he doesn't bother coming, he's not scared anymore. And then like in a few minutes like of getting to know him, she figures out that he's scared of heights. And just like, did everyone else miss that he doesn't like heights? Is it not obvious that he never comes to jump off buildings with you? And when we found out that Paul's name was Tobias, I was already spoiled, because when people talk about Divergent and they're talking about Paul, they say Paul or Tobias. And it's just like, you do realise that's a spoiler, right? You do realise that that's a spoiler. So seriously guys, so we can save the other people from being spoilt for Divergent, when we're talking about Thor, call him Thor, not Tobias, otherwise, you know, it'll just ruin the surprise. Did anyone else really love Caleb, Triss's brother? Because I don't know why I loved him. I don't know if it was because I was imagining him as Ansel Elgort, which instantly made me think Gus, or what, but I don't know. I just loved Caleb, and then throughout the book I just suddenly stopped reading. I'm like, seriously Triss, can you just like forgive your brother now, go see him, because I love him. It's weird. And you know, she's called Triss, which is short for Beatrice. I remember watching Christine's book talk on Divergent, and she couldn't quite pronounce Beatrice, and she was pronounced like Patrice, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's like a more common name in Britain or if it's just because it's my name, because Beatrice is my middle name, but do people not know that it's pronounced Beatrice? I don't know if that's just me, but anyway, I was thinking, because my name is Beatrice, my middle name, I could shorten that to Triss, because I always shorten it to B as in B-E-A, but I could shorten it to Triss now. Oh my god, the Instagram names, oh the Instagram names. Oh my god, that's really cool. Did anyone else think that Triss seemed to have a little bit of a tattoo addiction? Because she just started by saying, oh no, I'll just cut my hair short, I'll get a piercing. And before you know it, she has 3 tattoos. And I was just like, mate, you were gonna cut your hair. That was a big deal for you, you know, cutting it short. And yeah, and I think Tori kind of encouraged the tattoo a bit. And why was Tori always found in that tattoo, in the tattoo I can't say tattoo parlour. and just like, are you also addicted to tattoos? And let's talk about Triss's friends. So we have Will, Al, Christina, Uriah, Lynn and Marlene. So which of like her friends did you like? Because for some reason there was something about Al that I just didn't like that much, so I wasn't very upset when he killed himself. And I liked how she wasn't always going on about Al's death. She actually kind of didn't like him before, and she didn't feel really guilty for making him go in. She was just sort of like still angry at him, and she felt like she didn't, because he died. And of course I really like Will, and I was absolutely bloody devastated when she shot him in the head. I mean, because I knew he was like possessed, well not possessed, but he had the gun pointed at her. I'm like, no, Triss, don't shoot him, don't shoot him. She shot him. I loved Will, and him and Christina. I loved Christina as well. They were so cute together, and oh my god. And I really like Uriah, and why Divergent producers? Why have you cut him out of the film? This is like Madge all over again, but worse. I wasn't actually that distraught about Madge. I was just like, seriously? I love Uriah. Does this mean, because I mean if there's no Uriah there's going to be no Marlene or Lynn, so does that mean there's going to be no muffin scene? Because I want a muffin scene. I like the muffin scene. Everyone likes the muffin scene. I'm singing now. Yeah, so I liked Will and I liked Christina. I didn't like Al, but I liked Uriah, and Marlene and Lynn seemed pretty cool too. Was it just me, or did Triss get sort of like really kick-ass towards the end? Because like when she'd shot Peter in the arm, and then she's like making him walk, and it was like Caleb was just like, what, you expect him to walk? You just shot him. And then she's like, did I shoot him in the leg? No, he'll walk. And it's just like, she's so tense. Just like, oh, I loved that, because she started off so like shy, and then suddenly she was just like, no. Oh. Near the end of the book, when Triss is following everyone onto the train, and they're all there, and she sees Fall, and he's acting just like them all, and she was like, oh no, I thought he was Divergent. And then he like holds her hand to like tell him that he's not one of them and he's not been controlled by the simulation. And it's really sweet, and I'm just like, because I didn't expect him to be Divergent. I thought Triss would be wrong and that he'd just be abnegation, come up on his test. I thought that was so sweet, and I felt like, you know, I thought she was sort of thinking, oh, I'm not alone now, I'm not the only Divergent. And then later in the book, when she's gone back to try and destroy the computer, and they've managed, and Jeannie's managed to get a simulation thing that'll control even the Divergent, and then she was like, oh no, and I might have to shoot him, I might have to kill him, but I don't want to. I was like, oh, please don't shoot him, Triss, please don't shoot him, Triss, you already shot Will. And then somehow he sort of wakes up and he just says, Triss, and then he kisses her, and I'm just like, oh thank bloody God. Oh, I was so happy. I know, I'm talking really in a really high voice now because I was just so happy. And I was just like, thank God she didn't shoot him, and thank God he heard her voice. And I was like, oh, so cute. And I'm not usually into cute things, but that was adorable. Can't get over it. So I really think that Divergent was the type of book that sort of sticks with you, just, you know, after you've just been reading it and, you know, you get up to go do something. And then, because I remember I'd been reading the book in Costa Coffee, and the mum said, oh, can you just run across to the other shop and get me something? And so I was feeling really dauntless, because, you know, we're in the middle of like the training montage bit. I was feeling really dauntless, so I ran across the car park. I might have nearly gotten run over twice. Yes, read at your own risk, guys. You know, don't go outside after reading. You may be feeling dauntless and do crazy things, like myself. And like one of the other things I'd like to say is that I like that there's no love triangle, because you get sick of love triangles. You always end up with the guy you don't want them to end up with. I mean, like, I was totally Team Gail. Well, why did she end up with Peter? It kills me. Gail was just better in every way. He was more attractive. He was a nicer guy. They had more in common. And now I am rambling about the Hunger Games. Please forgive me. Yeah, so I like that there's no love triangle in Divergent. So that's fewer feels. And I actually wrote, when I wrote my notes, no love triangle, fewer feels. I put in really big lettering for now, because I've heard what people have been saying about Allegiant, and I am dreading it. Sort of excited, but dreading it. So, anyway, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed my first ever book talk and me sticking to my upload schedule. Sticking to that. And I will see you next time with a Divergent faction quiz. Bye!